Wow, I don't know what that noise is. Hello, everyone. I hope. Okay, it's working. So, I bet you thought I forgot you. I could never forget you. It is Friday, and we are going to do a 50... Oh, I forgot to brush my hair before I came in here. We are going to do our 15-minute card on a Friday. I apologize for coming on late. I had an appointment this morning, and actually I was going to come in here and do my video early before I left, but it's about a half an hour away, and so I had to be early, and I was afraid that I would feel very rushed and not enjoy doing this, so I just decided to wait until I got back. So I'm finally back. Took care of the pets. Everybody's been fed and outside, and I made a quick cup of coffee to bring up here with me, and I thought we can get started doing 15-minute cards on a Friday, and so it truly is a 15-minute card. And today I'm going to use, let me see, I use Quiet Meadow for my greeting. Oh, I also used, and I didn't put it in my description, the many messages. When I made up my mind what color of ink I was going to use, I did print off one sheet of many messages and die cut them in Evening Evergreen so that I would have an array of messages for whatever I wanted it to be. So that's always a good idea, and I'll show you that when we get the camera flipped around here. So let me give you the paper dimensions that we're going to use today, and you can take a look at those and take a screenshot or jot them down quickly, whichever you prefer. I'll leave that up there for a minute. Make sure I have the right. Yes, it looks like I actually gave you the right dimensions today. How about that? Oh, grab a tissue here while you're looking at that. Sissy is up here with us again today. She likes to come up here and keep me company. Okay, so you think you have your screenshot there. I will flip the camera around so that we can take a peek at our card. So the first one that I did was in Evening Evergreen. Let's see if I can get that a little bit closer maybe. Oh, as I pull it right off the stand. That's not how close I wanted it to be. Jeez, man. Okay. So that was Evening Evergreen, and then I went and did a second one in Old Olive so that you could see the difference in the greens. So it's really just a matter of what you like. I also took a minute and went through, now that I'm allowed to open the new annual catalog on screen, I wanted to show you that I'm going to use Mountain Air, which is actually two-sided stamps. So you can stamp your image with detail, or you could stamp just a shadow of the image. You can also use this to fill in a little bit. It's kind of tricky, you know, like the two trees, obviously, because this is a two-sided stamp. So one side is the detail and the other side is the fill. So they do fill in okay, but if you're going to use the two trees, excuse me, or like the clouds, they're not going to match up exactly. So if you're looking for a complete fill-in, like with two-step stamping, this isn't quite the same, but it still is a very pretty process. So if you don't have Mountain Air and you're maybe considering getting a tree set, or you may already have, Beauty of Friendship is one of the new ones that's coming out. This is really very pretty. There's been some demonstrators already doing projects with those because this was one of the pre-order sets that we could have had. There's also, oh, that's Seascape. Here we go. Mountain Air. This is the one that I'm using today. You can see I have my little enamel dots out because I have to wait for my new order to come in with the in color jewels. I'm out, so I had to pull out my leftover bits of enamel dots that I wanted to, when I wanted to add a little bit of to-do to my card. And then you might want to do one more tropical themed and use palm trees. So Timeless Tropical is carried over into the new catalog. So you're able to get that, or you may already have it. Another tree, and I don't have this, and I can't believe I don't have it because I like the outdoor and nature ones, Campology. And this is a pretty one. So guess what's going to be on my next list, I think. Yep. Pretty. And Evergreen Elegance. Get that one now, then you're all set for Christmas if you want to do trees. This has a coordinating punch. Oh, it looks like an edge punch? Not quite sure about that one. Oh yeah, it makes a little border punch. Look at that. Sorry about that. Needed a swig real quick here. And yeah, that might be a nice one to look at for Christmas when we go to do our, I'm going to start having some classes again here. And then Perfectly Plaid was carried over. This has a Christmas tree stamp in it as well. So any of those would work if you're going to do this project. Let me see. Do I have anything for my sales pitch today before we get stamping? I guess I have a couple things. Yeah. Join Plus. If you join my team now with Stampin' Up, you will get an additional $30 in Stampin' Up product with your startup kit. So joining is $99, and usually $125. You can select $125 worth of product to add to your startup kit. And now through the end of May, instead of $125, you can pick $155 worth of product. So this is a great time if you would like to be a part of the Stampin' Up team and you want to make some cards and craft with me. I'd love to have you. And what else? Oh, that was the starter kit. We talked about that. These are the new in colors. I'm going to have to quit displaying this pretty soon, but right now, until May 11th, I am offering two specials. If you order $25 worth of product before tax and shipping, I will give you a free package of the new in color jewels. Aren't they pretty shiny? Of course, I have to wait for them to come in. They're ordered, but I don't have them yet, because we were only allowed to get one pack on our pre-order, and those were gone immediately. And then if you order $50 or more, excluding tax and shipping, not only will you get the little jewels, you'll also get a little extra surprise. I got some stuff from the clearance and last chance products, so I have that to share with some of my customers. And I always send a thank you note out to those who shop with me anyway. Hosting. If you're ready to host either an in-person or online workshop with me, Stampin' Up! Is offering an additional $25 in Stampin' Rewards, so that's an additional $25 in product, and that is through June 14th. So we have a little bit of time. I did, on my Facebook page, I created a little survey. So if you follow me at all on Facebook, or if you're just watching these on YouTube, first of all, if you like these, please like and subscribe, because that's going to help me be able to create more videos for you. But I had 3 questions that I was asking my customers here. One, if they would like to start classes either in person or virtual. And 2, would they prefer doing a card buffet where I would have 15 different cards on display, and they would be able to select whichever ones they wanted to make for a price per card, or a stamp and stack where I would have 3 designs and you would make 5 of each card for a total of 15 cards for a predetermined amount. And then the third question was, what works best for you, a Saturday morning or a weekday evening? Now keep in mind, I think it probably would take about 3 hours maybe to get through if you're going to do 15 cards, especially if you are not real comfortable with stamping. But yeah, so you can go to my Facebook page and click on the Vote Here tab and fill out that survey, or you can just email me at diane@BohoStamper.com and let me know if you're interested in classes, and out of those 3, which you prefer. Okay, that's it, I'm done. So let's get stamping. I'm using Evening Evergreen, one of the new in colors, and I've chosen the double pine tree and the single pine tree. I'm going to do a little bit of both. And I want I want my card to look like a forest, so I want it to have depth. So in order for it to have depth, I need some different colors of green. To do my furthest away ones, they're going to be very light, so I'm stamping off onto a piece of scrap paper, and then I'm going to stamp my image. And remember, not all trees are the same height. So we have some that are shorter, some that are taller. Okay. And these are my faraway trees. Then I want to add a couple that are nearer, so I'm not going to stamp off, and they will be darker. And they will look like they are closer. I don't have to fill this in all the way because I have my single pine tree over here too that I'm going to add just a few more for some added dimension. Let me get my little chamois here because I want to wipe my stems off. And so the single tree, and again I'll stamp off. Doesn't look like I inked that up very well, and just put a couple in the background. And I did forget to print these dimensions off for myself. And I'm going to add just a couple in the foreground. And I don't want my tree trunk to overpower that tree right below it, so I'll just wipe that off. And you can add as many or as few trees as you like. I put another one right there because I have a naked spot. It's naked. Alright. And so then I think I'm cutting these. Oh, let me see here. Grab this. And that was 1 and, oh yeah, I can see it that small. Good, thank you, phone. The white is 1 3/4. Boy, I wish I'd printed this. Maybe I will just do that quickly so that I don't have to keep beep PowerPoint. Try panel. This, wow, print. All right, so we're going to cut these to 3 inches by 1 1/4. All right, and I want to move this out of the way so that I don't put my hand in it. Trimmer. And so our panel is already 3 inches wide. We're going to make 1 and I did say 1 1/4, right? 1 1/4. 1 1/4. 1 1/4. Yay! All right. And I try to keep them in the correct order only because if you happen to have one tree that's up and one tree that's down and you get them a little out of order, it might look a little funny when you put the card together. All right, I'm going to grab these dimensions so I know what I'm talking about. Sissy, you should have gone and run over there and got those for Mommy, huh? Okay. So now I have my crumb cake, and I have cut some panels of crumb cake into 3 1/8 by 1 3/8. So these are just going to give us a very small border. Excuse me. Around each of our stamped tree panels. And yeah, that's a little hard to see on the cardboard. And I don't know if you watched my Facebook Monday when I said I had finally figured out what was wrong with my Stampin' Seal Plus. The plastic holder where the tape comes off, the little plastic piece is broken. So I said I had to order more, and I put my order in, and I was so excited to order a couple of the new stamp sets and stuff, I forgot to order my Seal Plus. So now I gotta go back and do another order. Oh, this looks like it's a hair over. Okay, and then we have an evening evergreen base. That is half of an 8.5 by 11. That is scored down the center and then folded. So we have 4 1/4 by 5.5, and we're going to make this into a landscape card. I selected, and you don't have to add some twine to my card. And because I don't necessarily like my cards to have the twine on the inside, I cut another panel that I'll layer on top. And so this panel was 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay. And all I have to do then is, I'm going to start at the right and work my way over. I wanted my trees to be a little off-center. I don't want them exactly in the middle. So I'm starting on my right side. And one thing I found handy lining these up was if you happen to have a T-roller. Don't just upside down. No, I didn't. And then I was able to line that up right across the bottom of my crumb cake. And all I had to worry about then was trying to keep the distance in between each of my panels pretty even. You can use whatever greeting you would like to use. As I said, I had stamped from many messages. One whole sheet of messages. Where'd they go? I hid them under here. And then I used the die that goes with this, and I cut out my panel of greetings. If you have this set and have found it a little bit difficult to line these up with your greetings, use the images that are stamped or that are cut in here, the heart and the stars, and line that up to your stamped image more than the words. If you line up your little stars and hearts, the words pretty much will fall right into place where they should be when you cut them. I don't know if you can, it's upside down, but and backwards because we're looking at the other side. But so that's how you could line that up and pretty easily cut your messages out. So that was the tip of the day. And actually, that's cute. Hoping your day is full of love, laughter, and joy. And I think I'll use it. Yeah. I have some of the linen thread that I'm going to wrap around this top layer. I am a 3 wrapper. 1, 2, 3. Can wrap as many times as you like. And tie a knot. I'm going to put a bow here, and since I don't have anyone really helping me out, and Sissy's not jumping up here, I'm just going to use my reverse tweezers to hold that in place while I finish tying this. Take them off and make a little bow. Sissy isn't really helping me out too much today. I don't know what's going on with that. I hear her snoring. Maybe she kept her dad awake again last night a little bit. That's why she's snoring. Okay. Pop my linen thread in the bowl. And then here is my evening evergreen card base. Oh! Get some dimensionals out here. Yeah. I like to add a dimensional on top of my twine to help keep it where I want it to be. Oh my goodness, this isn't supposed to be the hard part, right? No, not supposed to be. So what's your favorite thing in the catalog there? Have you had a chance to peek through there and pick anything specific out? I wasn't quite sure where to begin. I can add my panel to the front of my card base. And then I will add my greeting. And I'll have to use some mini dimensionals on this one. That's pretty skinny. And long. Jeez. Okay, so I can either add this up here or down here, I think. Like I said, I try to balance it out. I wanted my trees a little bit more on the right. Keep my greeting a little bit more on the left. My first one, I put crumb cake behind my greeting, but I don't think that I have anything that would cut out crumb cake quite that long to match up. And then I just added a couple of little gems and see what I have that's going to match up on here. That was what I was digging around for in my leftovers. I think those are two greeny. I'll just use some of, I think this is what I used on the other one too. Those little things are all through the house. Wonder why. And I'll just add a couple of these. I think these were, I don't know if that's, garden green? I don't know. But it looks okay on there. So, there's our first one. And then we'll do the second card without me telling you all the stories in between there, and hopefully you can do this in 15 minutes or less. I'm going to try to time myself. I will tell you on the second one, just for fun, I used my embossing folder. I used the Evergreen Forest 3D embossing folder. Can't get the glare off of that from my light. And then I just put my top panel into the embossing folder. And can you see the evergreen trees that are embossed there in the back? So I think I'll do that again on this one because I did like it. And I was using Old Olive, and I used Mossy Meadow for my panels and my little back color behind my greeting. Okay, so that was for my, I don't think that's my stamping piece of white. It doesn't look like the right dimensions. Oh, where's my ruler? Well, I guess it is. It's pretty small. Alrighty, I'll take it. So I'm gonna take my top panel of Old Olive and run it through my embossing machine before we get started here. But I'll count this as part of the 15 minutes. Great. Here we go. 38. And if you remember, my suggestion to you was, if you emboss, to put your folder with the folded side through your machine first to help avoid any cracking of your folders. This is a handy embossing folder to have at Christmas, I'll tell ya. Very, very nice. Old olive ink. And lost my cushion on my chair. And I'm too short. Like a little kid. Need a booster seat. I'm getting that ring under stuff. I must have something under here. Move over. Ooh, that one's falling over. Put a dark one right in front of it. I don't know why I'm not getting a good impression. That's better. That's what they're supposed to be like, for goodness sake. Okay. I don't already have any messages cut out in Old Olive, and so I used my Quiet Meadow, Thinking of You, and just stamped that on a piece of scrap Whisper White that I thought I had laying out here. I tried to have everything out yesterday, since I knew I was going to be busy this morning. And if I can get this stamped on here straight, oh, I pushed too hard. Better. A little crooked, but it will have to do. Okay. Now I can cut my white into 1 3/8. Is that right? Wait. Oh, 1 3/4. See? This is not right. I must be using my scrap piece of white that I cut for my greeting. Darn it. Well, it isn't like I don't have more. Really was trying to keep on time. Okay. 3 by 3 3/4. 3 3/4. Oops. 3. Or is that? No, that is longer. I'm such a goofball. Holy pizzoli. You guys gotta stop me when I think something doesn't look right. You have to holler at me and tell me that it isn't. Stop. Stop right now before you go any further. You know what else? While I'm at it. I just didn't want to do on my stamp mat because I was stamping off of the edge of the page a little bit, and I didn't want to stain my mat up any more than it is. So Lord knows I've got enough ink on it. Am I in frame? I'm sorry, I don't think I am. That's enough. Alright, let's see if this measures out a little better this time. Bet you I can get 3 strips out of this one. Now we'll try to cut them into 1 3/4 inch strips and see how that. 1 and... Alright, wait. After stamping, cut into 3 by 1 3/4. 1 3/4. No, I'm still. Do I have something written wrong? 1 3/4. That's not what that is. It is 1 1/4. I'll have to hurry up and change that before. And you guys will have to make a new copy. But you should be used to that because I'm always Ditson. Oh, that sounds like I should be a Santa Claus name, huh? A reindeer name. 1 1/4 sounds much better. 1 1/4. Let's see if I can get between these 2 pieces here enough to do. Guess we'll cut this one and see which ones look best together. Oh, I need my Mossy Meadow. And I need 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. Cut these into 3 1/8 by 1 3/8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. What did I say? I gotta change that to 1 1/4. Goodness. So if you wrote that down, or if you took a copy, make sure you go back and say Diane was an idiot and gave us the wrong measurements on this one. So kind of work, I guess. Yeah, that'll be good. Tape, tape. Oh, I have that a little low. I can make them all a little bit low on the green then so that I can make sure that they're all the same. I probably measured something wrong again. Boy, I was bragging one day that I learned how to finally read a ruler. Are we sure about that? Oh, look at that one. That one crooked. Well, I have a spare. This will have glue on that one. Yeah, so happy Mother's Day weekend to all of you moms and everyone who has the mom role. Okay. I hope that your family treats you all super special. And then thinking of you. Yeah, we wanted to use the side that's not stamped weird, right? My sons are older and moved away, and they're still my babies. They always will be. And I miss them. So enjoy your little monkeys now. I have good kids, though. I'm very happy with the young men that they've become. I'm very proud of them. They work hard and love their family and good kids. So I can't ask for more, huh? Alright, now I need my Old Olive card base. Fold that in half. And my top layer that I've embossed already. And because I embossed this, I've added dimension to the paper. And tape runner is probably not your best bet here. You need something that's going to get down into the little grooves of the paper. And so, which way did I want to go with this? And so liquid glue is your better bet here. I'll have to get my little eraser out and see what that is on there. I don't like that little spot. Probably got ink on it. Oh, too much glue came out. I couldn't decide on this one if I wanted to use the linen thread or I had some old olive twine left over. So I used them both. Now I think I'll put that on with dimensionals. So I had both of them here. And again, I'm going to wrap it 3 times. Just because. I don't know why I start out so high. And I hope I left myself enough room for a bow. I'm not sure that I did. Actually, I guess I kind of have, I like to think of her as my daughter, my daughter-in-law. She's a good girl too. She's the closest thing I'm going to have to a daughter, so I just kind of always think of her as my daughter rather than daughter-in-law. It's kind of a weird name anyway. Almost pulled that through. Okay. So my little bow is tan and green on this one. Now I can add that to my card base. Again, I'm going to use liquid glue because of the little indentations. Or did I? Nope, I used dimensionals on this. That's right. That's okay because they're sticky. Really just don't want to try to use tape runner. Who's sleepy over there? Sissy Poo. Remember to keep your edges of your dimensionals there because you can cut the, oh, there's a whole strip. I was going to show you. You just cut them and you can use a whole strip. Waste not, want not. Look at that. It's my turn to host Bunko this weekend. It's actually our last Bunko of the season. And so I tried to make it a little bit special for the girls since it is Mother's Day weekend. I'm sure it'll go well. They're a fun group. Okay. And I'll add a couple more dimensionals to my reading here. And because I embossed the back of this one, I'm not going to add any of the little gemstones or jewels or anything. I'm going to just let the embossing be the decor on it. And there we are. Card number 2. So, if I'd have measured it right, I'd have been 15 minutes. That was 19 minutes. There's my little eraser. I want to try to get that spot off of there. So, I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend, a great Mother's Day weekend, and that you get to enjoy some time with your children, extended families, who all you have. Just spread the love. Spread it with a card. Make a card if you're not with somebody too. And it's a little late, it's Friday, but it would make them smile if they got it next week anyway. And again, like and subscribe, please. And go over to the Facebook page for BohoStamper and look into maybe taking one of the card classes. We'll follow COVID guidelines, of course. If we meet in person, we'll be socially distanced and we will wear masks, but it would be great to get back together and be able to craft again and make some cards. So you all have a wonderful weekend, and thanks for joining me today or on the replay, whatever. As long as you're watching, that's what counts. So God bless you all. Bye.